Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max&JuanCast. I got my co-host here, Max. Max, how you doing tonight?
Doing very good, man. I mean, I shouldn't lie to you people. I fucking hate the Suns, bro. I want them to lose.
Well, as Max, go ahead and it took you 10 seconds to rant on the pod.
I didn't. It's
And
not a rant.
I
A
mean,
sentence can't be a
mini rant, mini.
Fuck
It's just a
Munchkin
little
rant.
dose.
I call that shit my Kyler rant.
Your little Munchkin rant, but we're going to be talking playoffs, man. We are back at it with NBA. Draft season is over, and like we promised, NBA playoffs are here. The Max&JuanCast is going to be talking playoffs. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below any thoughts that you have about the Munchkin CP3, the Fat Boy Luka, the
Damn.
Shaq like Giannis. I'm running out of Fat Boy Harden. You know,
South Beach Jimmy, Domino,
South Beach Jimmy, South Beach Tyler, Hero. Shout out to Jack Harlow. But let's get into it, bro. We missed a lot, okay? So obviously,
no, we didn't miss it. We just didn't report it.
We just didn't report it,
you know.
But let's get into it, bro. So we just got done watching the Mavs and the Suns, so I feel like it's only fair to start off with them. CP3, bro. He went absolutely off in the fourth quarter. Point guard, he did this in the Pelican series, and I mean, they exploded. Like the way that they exploded, Max, was kind of Warrior like.
Yeah, the fourth quarter though wasn't really the third.
Wasn't the third.
Well, there was like a stretch though where they were just getting to the rim and doing whatever they wanted. The Suns. There was like, I want to say like 8 or 9 possessions. It was baskets, and that's not going to cut it in today's NBA. Dallas played well. This game wasn't a blowout in traditional sense. It was close through 3.5 quarters, and then the switch was flipped. CP3, like Juan said, took over. I have some thoughts about Luka. I'll save them for when we get to the Mavs. But CP3 continues to be just a thorn in everyone's side. When he got the offensive foul call on Jalen Brunson, I was like, oh yeah, this shit is officially over. He did his fake smile. Devin Booker pretended to act like a tough guy. It was just like the Suns were in their bag, dude.
They were talking shit though. The Mavs, like, Luka was going at it with the bench.
He was going to kill a fan. That was pretty. Man, we gotta let these players just swing at fans, bro. Yeah, sign a waiver.
Yeah, I bet you Russell Westbrook wants to do that to a Utah Jazz fan.
No, I think Russell Westbrook wants to do that to 29 or team arenas.
Yeah, exactly. But the Mavs made some comments after game 1 talking about the Phoenix fans weren't loud and it wasn't an issue.
That's not true. Y'all full of shit, bro.
Yeah, full of shit. The Phoenix is a really good crowd ever since. I mean, as long as they're good, they're a good crowd. But it had me thinking, Max, watching this game, and the Mavs were kind of in their bag in the third quarter. Reggie Bullock, as the announcer, just kept on insisting of correcting our grammar with his last name. He started to hit threes. I think they winded up going up by like 2 points or whatever the case was. I started to think Jason Kidd, like, man, he's kind of like proved us wrong in a sense. Like, no one ever thought like Jason Kidd with the whole Milwaukee situation and then going off of coaching like that, he was gonna resurrect his career. And I was just loving the way that Dallas was moving the ball and they were playing, and they had the second best record after the All-Star break. And shortly after in the fourth quarter, and then hearing those comments, it reminded me why Jason Kidd has these problems, because a Jason Kidd type coach team, Max, makes those type of comments. Like, do you think Pop's teams or even a Monty Williams teams would say those type of comments about the crowd?
No, I don't think they would. I think Dallas kind of has this false bravado, like they've done something. They just got out of the first round of the playoffs. Yeah, they're a good team. I wouldn't say they're the level of team that Phoenix is. And when you were talking about they were like passing the ball, there's so many possessions you can count for Phoenix where Dallas is overpassing. They just can't get a good shot. If it's not like a Luka shot, it's really not a good shot generated. I think that's the problem with this Dallas team. One, you you've effed up when you gave Porzingis that money. You turned him into Spencer Dinwiddie, who's been okay, and Davis Bertans, he's just
Had his moment this
he's just.
game.
Are you talking about when he bricked the wide open three that could have like
That
swung
too.
stuff? But I'm just saying they're just not built. They're not good enough yet to get there. And I'll get into what I think about Luka. It really reminded me this game of how LeBron said, Michael Jordan said, like they had to go to that hell and they have to come out the other side. And Luka needs to fix the body. It's time. I don't want him to be athletic one, but he's got to start dishing out the punishment. I know you've seen him, and I know he's banged up, where he gets up and it's like a slow crawl to get up. You know what I'm talking about? Like he's been knocked down. He labors to get up. And it's like, instead of taking this punishment, it's time for you to come in. Don't come in at 260. Come in at like a pretty chiseled 225, 230. Be in the best shape of your life. Because he ran out of gas, Juan. I think he ran out of gas this game. Like he does. And part of that is just the style of play where you have to shoulder the load. But if you're going to play like that, you better be in world-class shape.
Yeah. And, I was thinking the same thing. And right when I thought it, he made a three. And like even Reggie Miller said it, like, oh, he's not tired. I was like, yeah, but dude, you went from having 27 or 24 going into the fourth or whatever, and you only scored like 4 points in that quarter. Like, it's ridiculous. And why wouldn't he just get a body like Jokic? Like Jokic had the same problem where he was out of shape and
still
wasn't
great
good on defense.
Still great.
He was still great.
It's not about the greatness one for me. It's like, look, if you're going to play the style that Luka plays, where it's all me all the time, it's the Luka show. He doesn't have in games like this where, let's just say it was LeBron in his prime. Luka can't get by the guys. He can't get by Mikal Bridges, sorry. He just, like LeBron would just be like, all right, I can't get by you. I'm going to go through you. You're going to feel me. Luka doesn't have that in his bag yet. He can do it to small guys, but he can't do it to everybody. And he kind of has the frame where he's 6'9". He's pretty big. If he gets stronger, he can just make it easier for himself, man.
And he's already kind of punishing dudes as it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing that worries me is like Chris Paul was going to town on Luka on defense.
Oh, destroying. I mean, anyone can destroy him. He's like Jay Crowder does like a jab step, takes one dribble. Luka's like 10 feet away from him. And it's like, if that's anyone worth the shit, that's a wide open mid-range jump shot.
Yeah. And what gets me is like, I'm not asking you to be Kawhi Leonard, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm really not. I'm just asking you to get in shape and put in some effort on defense. Be able to stay in front of your guy at least. Like I think he's good buddies with Jokic, and you would think like Jokic would give him some pointers and be like, bro, like I lost this weight and it made like a whole lot of difference for me. Like I was bad on defense before. Now I can actually play it a little bit. And it's helped.
I feel better. Career. I have more energy.
Yeah.
It's easier to pick stuff up off the ground. My back doesn't hurt as much. No, I agree with you though, man. And it's not a criticism of Luka. It's not just like, hey, Luka sucks. He's carrying these dudes on his back.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it may be a little easier to carry if you're a little stronger. That's all I'm gonna say, man. The Mavs got room to improve. There's no doubt, right? We have Porzingis was a mistake. They're still kind of recovering from that. Yeah. But I would have just thought the Mavs would have put up a little bit more of a fight, and maybe the games just slipped away the first two games. And we can't just write them off, right? Everyone wrote off Milwaukee after the games 1 and 2 in Brooklyn. We were like, it's done. Wrap it up.
Can't do it. And the only thing that gives me confidence with the Suns is not only they're a fucking amazing team, and they're probably one of the most underrated teams going into the playoffs that I can remember, all the way dating back to that Spurs team when they played the Heat back in like 2013, whatever it was. The Suns have this roadmap of like, we're gonna get there regardless. I don't care what you do type of mentality. Like Chris Paul seems on a fucking mission, bro. And
I think he just knows his time is, this is
up.
A chance.
Yeah.
It's like LeBron. It's like every time I get here, I can't F around. I can't go home.
Yeah. Does a little bit of you, Max, though, like seeing him play so well. And we're huge fans of Chris Paul. And I know it's fucked up to say, because you never want to see.
Like, am I waiting for the hamstring to seize?
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for
it. No doubt. I mean, I've thought like, Booker took that blow for him.
Right.
But, it wasn't at the biggest moment yet. I need to see next round. It's Warriors. It's 3-3.
Yeah. It's not us only. It's not us only, Max. Did you see when he created that offensive foul on Jalen Brunson?
Yeah.
Fourth quarter, and he was holding his hamstring, kind of selling the foul, and the fucking sidelines of the Phoenix Suns were like, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" And he had to tell him like, "I'm good. I was just selling that shit. I'm good."
Yeah, 100%. Like, he's got the worst hamstrings in the league.
Yeah, they're holding their breath every fucking game, and it's like, when is it gonna happen? I hope the fact that we're speaking it into existence that it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't want it to happen.
I really don't, but. It's
like Embiid. Fantastic. I was just waiting. I was like, something's gonna happen to this fucker. Something's gonna happen. He messed up his pinky. Got a broken orbital bone fracture.
Right.
Concussion. And I'm sorry to say this, I wrote it in my little synopsis of the series. Without him, it's over. I think it's clear as day. Harden's a fucking shell of himself. We made a video talking about this is your time. And this was the chance when we said it. We said it in the video. We said, Harden, you have the fucking chance of your fucking life to go out there and right all the wrongs. Where is it?
20 points, bro. That's not going to do it. It's not going to cut it.
It's not efficient. He just there's so many possessions. I saw a clip of Tyrese Maxey sitting next to Harden. He's like, fuck this guy. He left the seat. He got away from Harden. Harden came near him. He got up again. And he's like, I'm so done with this clown.
No.
Sorry, that's a rant, by the way. Everyone out there,
and it's well deserved, dude. And I thought it was a great transition. I don't know how good the Heat are. They're playing guys like fucking Vincent.
Hey, leave Vincent alone. He's just a feisty fucker.
And what's the other guy? The 31.
Don't disparage guys named Max in the league, dog. Ain't no motherfucking Juans in the league. There's some Max though.
I think, Juan Gomez.
That boy a bench warmer. Shut up.
But the Heat, I don't know how good they are, bro. Like Tyler Hero, he has his moments, 6th man of the year, blah, 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 blah. But I really don't know what to think because I think they've had the easiest path so far. And everything has just lined up so perfectly, whether it's playing the battered Bulls who weren't shit, and now they're playing the Embiid-less.
They didn't play the Bulls. You're talking about the Hawks.
Sorry.
The Hawks. Yeah.
The Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Playing the Hawks, who are the Trae Young show, and then playing the Embiid-less Sixers for 2 games. And Embiid coming back, like he's probably going to come back for game 3. But how efficient is he going to be? Like, I know it's not a hamstring, it's not a thumb or something, but it's his face, bro. And people that have had this injury before, they say like it kind of fucks with you, bro. Like you can't really look to the sides a lot, and you have to wear that mask, and it feels like a sauna in there. Like, how good is he gonna be?
Didn't he already do the mask thing once against the Heat too? Yeah. Remember, it was like a second year in the league.
Yeah.
And I just Googled is Embiid coming back? They don't really have word until this is what ESPN writes. 76ers need James Harden to carry them, but can he? If only some guys made a video like 2 weeks ago about the same damn thing. But no, I'm just saying, like, if Embiid would play these 2 games, they might be split them. Because they put up a fight today. Maxey was like really performing well. Harden has just been a shell. Tobias is being okay. But without your MVP of your team, it's like your guys are supposed to lose. But I just expect more out of Harden, dude. I expect more.
I don't at all.
No. Let me rephrase. I expect more in the sense of like, you're a superstar. You should do this. But I know what he's like. I already know. We covered all in the video.
Bro, like he always does. Like some guys just show us who they are, Max, throughout the years. Like a Russell Westbrook, like a James Harden. They've showed us who they are. And that's not going to change in a snap of a finger. It's not. And he's just going to show why that video is correct on what we're saying. He's folding like he always does.
Hey, we just need more views, guys. We need you guys to help us out a little bit. This is my cry for help. The 76er fans are crying for Embiid. where would the series be if Embiid play? I think that's a big question, and I feel like
I don't know because
I don't.
I mean, I like Bam. Like Bam would not stop him, but I mean, it'll be an interesting matchup.
I think he's just one of the few guys in the league that can really dictate a game because he's so big, he's so
Right.
powerful.
And he was on a tear, Max. Let's just
Yeah,
be
and
real.
he destroyed. I picked the Raptors to win because I had so little faith in them, and he shut me up.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, man. I feel bad for the dude because one, he has to deal with that fucking crybaby in Brooklyn, Ben Simmons. And now he just gets hurt at the worst inopportunity. He's like the big man Chris Paul. Worst possible time to get hurt. Here it comes.
Yeah. It sucks, dude, but we'll see what happens with that series. Surprisingly, we have a little day off the day that this podcast is coming out on Thursday. So no games on Thursday, but it's gonna be interesting, man, because their backs against the wall. Once it goes 3-0, it's over. So I'm expecting Embiid to play. If I had to put money on it, Embiid is gonna play.
Yeah,
I don't
I go
think
with you.
no doctor is gonna tell him no. He's gonna be like, I don't care. Give me a mask. I'm playing.
If he doesn't play, it's not a mild concussion, bro. It's like a straight up concussion.
Like the only way he doesn't play is like, okay, dude, like you're kind of risking your life here.
Yeah, like you're concussed. You can't play. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't get why they said mild concussion. I'm like, mild concussion, I feel like is like a game, not like almost 3.
So what do you think of the Heat, Max? Are they for real? Or
I don't know.
are they
I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. Where's the test? They haven't been tested yet. It's not like the Celtics, right? Because going in, we were like, how real are the Celtics? They beat the shit out of the Nets. Now they're getting a test in Milwaukee, but it's also at the same time, it's like, well, Chris Middleton's not there. So I just don't know where the Heat are. I don't know where the Celtics are in the same regard. I just don't. I wanted them to be tested. And I feel like, well, Middleton, they'd be tested, but maybe they are because they lost game 1. They lost game 1 to the Bucks.
And I think this is a clear reminder. I was telling people all throughout the week when game 1 was going, I was like, yeah, they won game 1, but history has shown us with the NBA, do not put so much into game 1.
The year the Lakers won the championship. I'm sorry to interrupt you. They lost the first 2 game 1s, and everyone was like, they lost the series.
Right.
They came back.
Except when you have Phil Jackson on your side. I would say that.
No,
Phil Jackson.
Got to, he's like Mike Budenholzer though. You lose game 1, okay. Let's make sure Trey doesn't score 60 next game. Okay, we'll adjust.
But I think Phil Jackson had one of the most amazing games when they won game 1. It was a wrap. Like they were gonna win the series, but not everyone's Phil Jackson. Milwaukee Bucks and the Celtics, man. The Celtics shot lights out, specifically Jaylen Brown, and you kind of called it with the whole Tatum having so much attention, and then Jaylen Brown supposed to be the free guy, and so it's finally showing up because Tatum, in my opinion, even though a lot of the fluff points in the fourth quarter came, like the whole bunch of 3-pointers that he was making, I thought he struggled. Like they kind of neutralized Tatum during that game.
He's been good as like a game, but on offense, yeah, it's been a struggle.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like a Drew Holiday thing where it's hounding him. It's Milwaukee's coverage of we're just going to drop it to the basket. If that's the Giannis effect, I'm not sure what it is, but Tatum needs to be a little bit more efficient. He's still playing great on defense. He's still distributing. Yeah. He hasn't played bad, but I would like if you're a Celtics fan, you're just like saying, okay, we're 1-1 and Jason Tatum hasn't shot well. Like we can live with this.
And I'm just going to say this, Max. It's kind of hard for me to see the Celtics sustaining this success because I think them shooting that much of a differential from the 3-point line compared to the Bucks, like it's NBA history type of like different.
It's like the 70.
That's not going to happen.
It's like the Rockets missing 25 straight shots in the game 7. That's never going to happen again. No one's going to miss that many threes. And honestly, going into the game, I feel like the Celtics maybe just had a little bit of a little kick in the ass because Marcus Smart was out. They're like, oh shit, we really have to win this one. And he might not be back for game 3, which would be a big blow. But if you're a Bucks fan, you're like, hey, we don't have Chris Middleton the whole series. We got Giannis and Drew, Grayson Allen, Bobby Portis, Crazy Eyes.
Yeah, and guys have been stepping up for the Celtics. Grant Williams, he annoys the shit out of me, but he shot the ball
And he
really
played
good.
great he played good on Giannis.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a man to step in there and anyone can take a charge from JJ Barea. You got to be a grown man, little bit of a nut job to step in front of Giannis in front of that freight train.
Yeah. And this is a conversation that I really wanted to have with you, Max, because of course we didn't do any reporting on the round one of the playoffs. And I wanted to speak about Giannis. This is not after game one or after game two. This is just a thought that's been brewing in my head and has been going on for a while. In my opinion, I think it's clear whether Giannis wins this series or not, or wins the finals. It's confirmed Giannis is the best player in the world. Do you agree with me?
I think he's the best player in the world. Yeah. It's just always going to strike people a little different when he's the best player in the world. Like Shaq. Shaq,
Yeah.
2000 to 2003, was there a better player in the NBA?
No.
It's weird, though, that they're not the closer on their teams. That you don't really want Giannis at top of the key with the ball in his hands. That's a little weird with some people. Yeah. I don't think it really matters because, hey, that's
because that was the whole thing with KD, Max. It was like, oh, but KD, I want the ball in his hands.
You know, I think where KD is at this point in his career, and he's always struggled with just physicality. This is the rare thing about guys like LeBron, guys like Jordan, even guys like Kobe. You never could out physical them. They were always the guys who could rise up to the level of physicality. And Giannis is a rare case. He's not – Michael Jordan didn't dish out punishment like Giannis. Giannis is 260, running downhill, just blowing up players. Just with his bony elbows, he just moves people out the way. That's what he did game one. He was like, hey, you can't effing stop me. Yeah. You guys realize that, right? And everyone wants to say Grant Williams did a hell of a job. Yeah, Giannis didn't have a great game. But they did their freaking job. They got one. That's all they needed to do in Boston without Middleton. Get one. Right. If they can go back to Milwaukee, take care of business, 3-1, now you're like, oh, shit, now we're playing a little tight.
Yeah. But the whole KD, I think KD getting – the fact that he got swept, I'm not saying win the series.
Please don't start this bullshit again where you have to win one fucking game. Please don't start this shit again.
I would say this. I would want more out of him, whether you win it or not, because there were close games regardless, 7 points or less. But I would want more from KD. And I felt like watching those games, I didn't get the level of being the best player in the world, and there's nothing you can do about it vibes.
What did you think of his performance? Like, what was the thing that, like, you had one takeaway? Like, one specific thing, what would you say it was? For me, go ahead.
I would say just being a little bit careless with the ball. Like, Jason Tatum was all over him.
He couldn't figure him out. That's what struck me. I was like, this dude couldn't figure it out. And maybe it's not a KD thing. Maybe it was just like the Nets offense could never balance out. We have enough shooting, then we're going to get scored on every time.
Yeah. Oh, as far as the team thing goes, Max, I get it. They got swept. Everyone just
one of their best players has a hurt back one. That's nothing to make fun of.
I know. But this is the team that was looking for Blake Griffin to give him some fucking energy.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. When you're unloading Blake Griffin and you're kind of fucking excited about it.
Right. That just goes to show you how desperate they were and how undermanned they were. Yeah. But KD, in my opinion, I'm basing them off the best player in the world.
Yeah, underwhelming.
It's underwhelming. And just because I'm giving Giannis the throne now doesn't mean KD sucks. Doesn't mean KD's trash. And not at all. For me, it confirms I would rather take Giannis over KD right now as the best player in the world, simply because the dominant factor, of course, what Giannis does all over the court, playmaking, imposing his will, but also on defense. Like, people don't understand. I think he's the best defensive player in the world too.
Absolutely.
I don't give a fuck what Marcus Smart won the award. Blah, blah, blah. It's a regular season award. I can give 2 fucks about Marcus Smart winning it. Okay? Congratulations. But the reality is Giannis is the best defender in the world also.
He's just a Swiss Army knife.
That has to mean something. Yeah. That has to mean something.
I feel like he's like, if he had Draymond's just fucking like feel for defense and like ability to process, because I think that's the one area he lacks. but he's like, hey, I can go block a shot that's like a foot and a half over the basket. I
Yeah.
can slide in front of Marcus Smart, and then I can guard Daniel Theis. Draymond,
Yeah.
he's all like cerebral. He's like, I can't jump, but I can block your shot because I can time it. Giannis is like, oh, I mistimed it. I can still get it. No problem.
Yeah, exactly. But looking forward to this series. I think this is going to be a dogfight. I believe it's going to go at least 6. I don't know about 7. It's going to go back and forth. I would just tell you, don't be so quick after these games to judge it. Milwaukee won game 1 and Boston won game 2. Those 2 games, Max, completely different the way they went. So if you're a fan, don't get so down because your team lost or your team won. Like, just know it's going to be a dogfight and it's going to come down to game 6 or 7.
Absolutely, one. That's a really good way to say it. You don't want to get too high. You don't want to get too low.
Yeah.
I feel like with the Warriors and Grizzlies, I feel like Grizzly fans were at like an all-time low after game 1. And that like fucking jaw was like, hold on. I'm going to jump, and as high as I can jump, that's how high the high is going to be, man. Dude, I feel like this series, like of all the series, I would say the 76ers one intrigues me the least, just because Embiid not being there. Then I would follow that up with the Suns and Dallas, because I think just the Suns are better. Boston and Milwaukee without Middleton intrigues me. This one's just a dogfight. We go from Draymond
it's
Green,
one of my favorite series, Max.
getting kicked out in the first game, which he deserved, I think. He hit the guy in the face, pulled him down. You're a fucking liar. You fucking pulled him down. I love Draymond Green. You fucking did it. And 100% reputation went into it. But you can't complain because they got Dylan Brooks too. And Steve Kerr, stop being a fucking baby. He was not a dirty play. How many times when you see this play in the NBA where someone goes for a block, they miss, and what's next to the ball? The guy's fucking head. It's just unfortunate. It's a part of basketball. Hey, Juan, have you played basketball and got hit in the head on a layup?
Yeah.
I have too.
No,
I don't think it was dirty.
I think it was just more, I think him saying that it was a dirty play is a little bit revenge of what they did to Draymond. That's all it was. Just trying to say like, it was a dirty play, which
but they threw him out 3 minutes into the fucking game, and I felt so bad for Gary Payton Jr., bro. It's really unfortunate a guy like that who worked his ass off from the G League. Shout out to the Warriors for Jordan Poole out the G League and Gary Payton finally get his chance, and he's gone for a while, bro. It could have been a lot worse. For everyone out there who's like young, go look Andrew Bogut elbow. It's gruesome. It ruined a guy's career basically. Yeah, that's what could have happened.
Shout out to Gary Payton, bro. But I would say this, Max. This is probably one of the most entertaining series I can remember watching in a very, very long time. And it has that old school type of feeling of these two teams are going at it. It's flagrant fouls. It's hard fouls. Every bucket counts. Why does
just no one talk about the rivalry these teams have on? 2 years ago in the bubble. 2 years ago, the Grizzlies got or a year ago, Grizzlies and Warriors in the playing game.
Yeah.
You don't think that's bad blood? You don't think Warriors are pissed off about that?
No.
I'd be. So why is there no talk about this?
Yeah, and it's kind of weird. Draymond kind of mentioned it, but I forgot who mentioned it actually. But the Warriors kind of remember when they were a young team, kind of like the Grizzlies are. They were facing the Grizzlies at that time when they had the grit grind teams with Conley, and they were just starting. And he said that series kind of jumped off like their confidence level. Like, okay, like we're here to fucking stay. Like we can compete. And it's kind of like the opposite now, like full circle coming around. The Grizzlies are now the young team and the Warriors are the vet team. And I can't say more of how much I love Draymond to be in the series. You got Ja Morant and Steph Curry, two guys that are super playful, super competitive, always smiling and laughing and talking. I wouldn't say talking shit, but it's like the new age kind of talking shit, kind of.
Yeah,
like saying like,
they're too nice of guys. They're too nice of guys. And it's also, though, under those smiles, it's killers. Both those guys. Yeah. And like, as Steph Curry's been good this series, but Ja has just been the star. I feel like the star has been Ja, and on the opposite side, like the kind of the guy in a slump is Klay Thompson, and it's kind of been bad for him. He just shot the ball very poorly. And I was talking to our good friend Dak about this, and he's like, "What's wrong with Clay?" I'm like, if you go back 3 years ago in the peak of the Warriors, right, like the Hampton 5 death lineup, no one ever sought out Clay on a switch. They were like, "Oh, we don't want Clay to match up." Now they're like, "Oh, come on, Clay, let's do it." That's the difference in Clay's game, I think. It's the lack of foot
defense. He's
speed.
struggling.
And it's not his fault, bro. He's just come off 2-1s. It can probably get better, maybe. And I don't know. But I don't blame him for. I mean, you had 2 horrific things happen to you. But that's just something to account for. Maybe they should cut his minutes back a little, especially if he's not shooting the ball well. And that sounds crazy to say, but it's been a struggle for him. And like Ja hunts him out. Ja explodes to the rim, and he does he contorts in the air, makes a layup. I hated what happened at the end of game 1. I texted you, I'm like, that's the worst fucking shot you could have got, in my opinion. I don't know why they didn't go to Jaren Jackson, who was killing it that game.
I love the play design, though, honestly. I really do. I just thought he missed the shot. Like, they got him downhill. You know what it reminded me of, Max? I felt like that play was like a fucking running back just hitting the hole down the middle for the fucking carry, because that's how it looked.
It was kind of like
it was just full-blown steam
the
ahead.
hole opens and there's linebacker and running back with a head of steam, and it was crazy. I thought Jaren Jackson, who we could spend a minute talking about how this guy can't fucking not foul. Like, him and Karl Anthony Towns are the worst fouling big men I've ever seen. But like Jaren Jackson, man, he was good game 1, kind of took a step back game 2 because he's been in foul trouble. But I feel like he's the key, man. He can defend. He can protect the rim. He can be big. Like, Steven Adams isn't going to play that much this series. I've loved Brandon Clark, too. My God, Brandon Clark's been good this series.
Yeah. And it's crazy to think that the Grizzlies are the youngest team to make it to the second round ever since 1994 or 7 or something.
Wow.
That's insane, bro.
It seems like they're all very mature guys. Like, the Grizzlies have a type where I don't think Tyler Hero would be a good fit in Memphis. Not because he's bad at good at bat, not because he's sucks. Just because he doesn't really strike me as the guy who's very mature. It's not a slight on him. He looks like a kid. He's I like to go out and party, dress the part, be fancy and shit. And Memphis is all blue collar workers. That's what it really is. And it starts with the head, man. And maybe you can take it back to the grit grind teams, or even the best player, Zebo. What was he like? One, grit and grind. Mark Gasol, flashy? No, grit grind. What's John Morant? He's flashy, but he's a grinder. He's I'm going to attack the hole over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
And I'm convinced he has the best intermediate game in the league. Anywhere from the free throw line and in, it's fucking money. He doesn't even have to lay up the ball. He has one of the best floaters, one of the best touches I have seen inside that area. It's phenomenal, dude.
You know how guys always compare him to Russ? Russ never had the floaters, never had the touch. And that just saves you. That saves you, because instead of always having to go balls to the wall, he took a shot late in the game where he just floated over 2 people, and it was wow. Yeah. And hopefully he juked Jordan and pulled out of his shoes, which I enjoyed.
Yeah. And I hope as he gets older and he realizes that he can't dunk over the world, because he always tries to do that.
No, never realize. Just dunk the fucking planet.
I know, right? Just get hurt. But
hey, don't say that.
Everyone wants to compare him to D Rose, right? Because the explosiveness. I just felt like D Rose didn't have that intermediate game that he has. And I felt like if he really, really relied on that a lot more than trying to kill the rim every time, his career is going to go a lot farther than
Hopefully, yeah. D Rose was stronger too than Judge. D Rose was explosive and athletic, but everything he did seemed very deliberate, and Ja's just playful. When he juked out Andrew Wiggins in the backcourt, I don't think D Rose could do that. I don't know why. Yeah. I feel like he's not as quick as John Morant.
Right. And let's go on the Warriors part a little bit. You talked about Klay Thompson. He did hit a big 3 in game 2, though, and wanted him missing the 2 free throws. But I kind of like what Klay brings still. I know he's not the same Klay, but just him being out there and having the threat of him being able to shoot is worth it. He can still shoot the ball.
Just the gravity one of Klay Thompson. Oh, shit. It's Ray Allen at 38 years old. It's oh, shit, Ray Allen's open. Can't leave Ray Allen. That's valuable, and I agree with you, man.
And I just want to confirm one of my – I don't even want to say one of my favorite. It's hard because He does play for the Warriors, and deep down inside, I do have a tiny hate for the Warriors, but I love Draymond Green, bro. He's just one of my favorite players, man. I love the way he plays. Just I love to see that motherfucker with a swollen eye and just still passing the
I know.
rock, getting rebounds. I love to see it, bro. And like it doesn't bother me the shit that he does.
No.
Like you know how people wanted to compare him to like Antonio Brown doing that shit when he got ejected. I
Yeah,
yeah,
right. Oh,
I
so
think
he's gonna like take off his jersey in the middle of the game for no fucking reason and quit on the team and not come back.
right.
That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I just felt like I love Draymond, bro. Like he is definitely one of my favorite players, man. And people just don't realize sometimes how much that motherfucker does. And I feel like only the real basketball fans know like how valuable Draymond Green is.
Is there still that like sect of people that think he sucks? Like for instance, my good friend Pat, he say Draymond sucks. He's just a quarterback. I'm like, well, he's coming around. He's coming around too. And we were watching the game against Portland in the playoffs, and Draymond Green blocked the dunk. And I was like, bro, Pat, for an unathletic dude, he gets the most blocks I've ever effing seen. And it's like his impact will never show up in 6 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. It'll never show up how good he is because he does
Right.
all that little shit. He doesn't miss a rotation. He has a really good closeout that postpones the drive. That's what Draymond Green does. He's a savant out there. He's a quarterback. He doesn't really make that many mistakes. He's not perfect.
And I would say this, Max, he reminds me a lot of what Chris Paul does on how he manipulates the game.
Mm-hmm.
Except only he manipulates the game in a lot more different ways than Chris Paul. Chris Paul manipulates the game with the ball in his hands. He's the point guard. Draymond, he's always getting these chip ass fucking screens, the way that he knocks guys over, or the way that he boxes out a guy, or just the way that he's playing defense.
Yeah,
Like,
or he turns down an open shot to let Steph Curry like relocate for 3.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
and Chris Paul would just shoot the wide open 3 and make it. But Draymond's like, I can't shoot, so let me just pass to one of the greatest shooters ever, or the greatest
Yeah.
shooter.
Yeah. And what do you, I don't know if you've seen this, Max, but did you see that whole JJ Redick rant on ESPN with the guy talking about how Draymond Green is hate forgot what he said. Talking about just like old basketball fans are not amused with Draymond Green. Like
Why? I didn't
kind of
see it.
just
No.
like a shut up and dribble kind of thing.
Oh, great. I mean,
And
there
JJ
weren't
Redick like just
guys.
went in.
There weren't antics with Dennis Rodman. There weren't
Yeah.
antics with fucking all the other guys in the 80s who were doing drugs and 70s. There weren't antics. There wasn't Isaiah Thomas making stupider comments about Larry Bird. That's not antics. Like Shaq doing antics all the fucking time. It's like, I don't hate any of what the fuck you talking about. Guys can be themselves. Draymond Green's very demonstrative. How's that wrong? That's who he is. He's fiery. It's like, come on, guys.
It's just it's ridiculous, bro. I hate
Only
to see
person I signed was Russell Westbrook. You suck. I'm sorry. You can be yourself, but just know like you could probably learn how to shoot. It'd be cool. Just that one time.
See, that's the thing. We love Russell Westbrook's like demeanor as far as like he's a dog. It's just the talent,
Like
like his
people are gonna
basketball.
say we're hypocrites, right? Because we hate all of Russ's antics. I hate them because they don't fucking help the game. Like Draymond actually impacts the game positively. Russ rocks the baby, and he's getting scored on like 20 points and missing 15 fucking shots to rock one baby. That's what I hate.
Draymond would admit that he's wrong.
Yeah, 100%. They didn't let the Warriors let Draymond be Draymond.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, man. Shout out to Draymond Green though. Amazing podcast, amazing basketball player. He's doing all types of shit. I fucking love it. The fact that he got ejected and just did a podcast.
Yeah, I know. Like, bro, it was like an hour ago.
I would love that shit, bro. Like that. Honestly, that would be some shit I'll do. Like I'll get kicked out of a game and I'll be like, all right, let's start up the fucking pod. We're gonna talk about this shit. I love it, dude. I fucking love it with Draymond. But same thing with this series, man. Don't be so concerned about the game because it's gonna be a dogfight. This Boston series and the Bucks, and then along with the Grizzlies and Warriors, kind of this on the same boat. Like it's gonna be a dogfight. It's probably gonna go 6 or 7, dude. And buckle up because it's gonna be amazing. And I can't wait to fucking watch it, bro.
I think the 76ers series could get there with a healthy Embiid, but right now it's kind of looking a little hopeful. So we'll see. A little doubtful, I should say. It's just, I don't know, man. Harden needs the hard shit has gotten going for Harden, and he needs to step up.
Yeah. But I think that's gonna do it, guys. A little second round talk for you guys.
You ain't got anything else, Juan? Yeah, Ben
no.
Simmons. Can I just have one sentence? That's all I'll give it. One sentence. No, I want you to tell me one sentence of what you think of Ben Simmons.
I like the fact that he stood on his word of being hurt. I mean, at least he's actually having surgery. It's better than not having surgery and fucking sitting out a playoff game.
I hope he has brain surgery too to fix whatever's going on. Fucking, I hope he has give him a nice lot of massages because this fucking guy is a fucking crybaby, dude.
Man, yeah,
I'm not saying mental health doesn't matter. It's not real. I'm just saying that dude's a fucking baby.
Yeah, at this point, like everyone's over like caring about his mental health.
Yeah, it's all excuses. It's never fucking action. It says, "Oh, fucking Doc Rivers said I suck. Joel Embiid threw me under the bus." Well, hey, did you suck? Like, come on, dog. That's it. No, I'm good. I'm tapped out.
Tapped out. That's gonna do it, guys. Thank you for watching the show. NBA playoffs. We might do one on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. It's Mother's Day on Sunday, so we'll
shout out to the moms.
Shout out to all the moms out there. Shout out to Willie Brown. RIP. Always mentioning the mothers and for the NFL draft. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. As far as Sunday night, we'll see if we can get a pod out for you guys. But make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below any thoughts you guys have about any of the series.
Mm-hmm.
Are we smoking crack with Giannis being the best player?
Whoa, don't air out our personal business, please.
Do you guys fucking hate Draymond Green and we're out of our mind? Whatever, dude. We enjoy the love. We enjoy the hate. Or if you missed
the NFL draft and need to catch up, we got a lot of content over there.
Hey, man, a lot of content. If you guys missed any NFL draft stuff, I got a homie at work, Chris. Shout out to him. He was in the stream. He was going back. He was looking at all of our wide receiver and running back because he's a big fantasy player. I told him to listen to me about the running backs and not you, Max, because you're smoking crack. And I said, just roll with me because I'm going to be right.
Juan's biased. Look at Juan's running backs last year. They didn't work out so well.
Hey, my number one running back actually played. Thank you. All right, Najee Harris. Travis Etienne, what happened to him? I don't think you can trust the guy that got drafted by
the best thing for his career was to not play for Jacksonville last year.
I know. Oh, man, we're going off on a fucking rant. But we'll see you guys next time, all right? Peace.